welcome to Persephone Jane's channel. Today we're going to chat a little bit about getting back into writing routines. All the writing advice says write every day. And for series authors, that's more about discipline than it is about talent. But let's be honest, life gets you. It gets you crazy, tired, sad, lonely, excited, exhausted. Before you know it, it's been way too long since you've written anything, and you start to actually wonder if you can even call yourself a writer anymore. Like, that's how long it's been. I totally get it. After my husband retiring in January from the Navy, we spent several months in limbo housing with family, waiting for whatever was next. And then we finally found it, figured everything out. We had to get here to California. We stayed with other family for several weeks while we looked for a place. We finally got a place. We had to get our household goods. We had to unpack everything and get settled. Oh my gosh, we had to take days for Disney trips. Guys, there's a lot to do. So it's been 3 months of chaos. Fun, but chaos. So how do I get back into a daily routine of writing? We have 7 tips for you to get back into a daily routine. Number 1, daydream. Another thing those series authors do is they always have a story going in their head. That's just the way that it is. You can't not have them in there. You can't not think about them. So while you're unpacking all of the toys, which is a mindless task for sure, daydream away. The things that you think of in those moments where your brain is just doing a mind-numbing task is where you're gonna find the nuggets that just can't wait to be written. They must be written, and that's where you will start. Number 2, start where you are. Start with that little nugget that you thought of. That's okay. Write a little bit about it. That's okay. Start wherever you are, just start. Number 3, reclaim whatever you can. Moving is crazy, and vacations are crazy, and family life events are crazy. Whatever the reason that has stopped you from writing, it's crazy enough to stop you from writing. So reclaim whatever you can. For me, once we got all settled, it was getting my morning routine back on track. It starts with some daily exercise. It starts with a breakfast, like an actual breakfast, not like a, shove 3 red vines in my mouth breakfast. And getting dressed. Yes, getting dressed is something I have to actually put into my daily routine. Because as a writer and homeschooling mom of 3 kids, there are frequent days where we spend the entire time in our PJs. So for me, getting dressed is a legit adulting thing to do. I'm gonna give myself points for that. Those things are the morning routine that I started to reclaim. Writing is usually part of that routine, but I couldn't start with all 4. I started with 1, and then I started with 2, or then I moved on to 2, and so on. If you're like me, and getting dressed is kind of like a thing you may or may not accomplish in any given day, and you need a better reason to get dressed, put yourself out there and get involved in some accountability groups. This is twofold, right? It motivates you to actually get dressed and move, which can be its own reason to get back into your daily routine. But second is that it provides accountability for your writing, and that's a huge motivator for me. Right now is April 30th. It's the very last day of Camp NaNoWriMo, which if you're not familiar with, you can Google it. It's super easy. It's a writing thing. And that daily log motivates me. Also, being in a new place, I had to find new writers groups, new critique groups, new people, new everything in this area. And going out and starting to be parts of those groups holds me accountable to my writing. Even if I'm not critiquing with them and turning things in, I'm still showing up and I'm writing and I'm discussing writing and I'm talking about publishing and I'm meeting people and I'm networking. And all of that is still productive. So, number 4, get out there and find an accountability group. Number 5, editing and research count. In those first days when I was getting back to the writing, editing and research were kind of go-tos on days when the writing just came a little harder, or I wasn't feeling it, or I was under the weather, whatever the reason. I could stop on those days and edit something else or I could research, and like actual research, not internet rabbit holing, like actual research. But by the end of the day, if I edited something, if I researched something and added to the plotting and preparation for another story, I was still able to account that day as accomplished, as productive. And that helps me to not fall backwards into the pit of, oh, I don't do anything, oh, I don't do anything, oh, I don't do anything, and now it's been, who knows, years, right? Those little things help me kind of stay out of that pit. Number 6, in the same vein of discussion, administrative tasks. Respond to the emails. Call the bookstore about the book signing that you want to attend or host. Go to the library and network with the staff there. They're going to be huge allies for you when you finally do publish a book, and setting that groundwork now is always beneficial. Plus, it gets you out of the house and you can show off those leggings that you decided to put on today because you're fancy. Number 7, set up your workspace. This is a bigger deal for me than I realized. When we left Oregon, I let go of my desk chair, which apparently I should not have done because I can't find one even close to comparable to it. And that's sad, guys. It's really sad because now I have this awesome desk and I have all my stuff set up and I have no way to sit at it, and I can't just like shove a garden chair in there because it feels sacrilegious. I don't know if that's even appropriate to say, but there it is. However, setting up that space is something that I'm finding I actively look for when I'm ready to write. I look for that place to sit down. Even if I don't always sit there, it's the first thing my brain thinks of is to sit in the chair and do some writing. When I find that chair, you better believe I will have butt in chair and fingers on keys, and I will be unstoppable. Not that I'm waiting for the chair to write, right? I'm still doing these other things to help me get into the daily routine, because let's be honest, it might be a long time before I find another chair with which I am ready to share my soul. So I'm not waiting for it, but it is something that I've realized about myself. In the meantime, I have found other places to write. Bonus tip number 8. Find other places that you enjoy writing. Yes, take your laptop to Starbucks. Go to the park. People watch in the mall even. Outdoor malls especially, because you get the nice fresh air and that's good for your lungs and it's good for all the synapses in your brain. My favorite place right now, the front porch. While my kids are playing with the neighborhood kids, I can write. It's breezy, I get some good fresh air, I can hear my kids playing, I can be close enough if they need me. Being on my front porch and writing, much like gum from Jill Goodacre, is perfection. Ask Chandler Bing about that last one. It might not be a reference that all of you get, because I'm a little bit nuts. I recognize that. It's okay. It's all right. You don't have to get it. I get it. And I'm hilarious. So there you are. 7, kind of 8 tips for getting back into writing every day. What helps you get back into the habit of writing after a break? Leave a comment and let me know. I'd really like some more ideas. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Happy writing!